Hey everyone, I'm Gavin from the Poor. Just having a little catch up with old Kris from Heavy and an update on what's going on in Poor World.
Fantastic, Gav. Thanks for joining us today, brother.
No worries, man.
No worries. So, looking through your socials, mate, there's a hell of a lot going on in the poor world. Like you're back live, like playing live like it was the 1980s again, bro. So we'll start close to home first up, and you got two gigs coming up next week. One at Mo's Desert Clubhouse on Thursday the 7th,
Yeah.
and then the Koala on the 9th.
Yep. Yeah, which is something different. We haven't been up there or around that sort of area, and it was suggested, so we thought, why not? We only did our first home show last month on the Gold Coast with the Tats, and then this one next weekend by ourselves will probably be the last one for the year. So yeah, so we're just sort of spacing everything out. Everyone's trying to fit everything in between general living and everything else that's going on in the world.
Not easy, is it?
Yeah, fuck.
Right, so we just mentioned the amount of touring that you've got coming up, but we'll get on to that a bit later, mate.
Yeah,
But the Poor have been,
sure.
you guys have been a full-on touring band now for 40 years, just about, bro. So I know it's an old cliche, but do you ever get sick of it? Like, it'd have to grate on you eventually, wouldn't it?
Oh, look, there's been times in that span where we've had some fair chunks of time not doing anything and
Yeah,
not touring, but still staying sort of creative in a way. Um, there are times, yeah, definitely where you go, fuck this, what am I doing? But then the minute that you don't do that for a few weeks, or you're not in a rehearsal room, or you're not in that frame of mind, you're starting to freak out and want to get back to it. Little bit different for myself because I'm away a lot, as you know, of tour managing stuff. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, or whether that makes me want to be on the road more because that's what I do.
yeah.
I've been home now for a few weeks and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, right.
Other than the loved ones around you and your children and whatever else, but man, I'm ready.
Now I haven't got this scheduled as a question, but it just popped into my head, bro. Like, for your own sake, stop Skeeny plugging your gigs on videos in his fucking New South Wales jersey.
Hey, listen, I'm going to end this fucking interview right now because talking about state of origin's not a thing at the moment. We're a little bit bitter and sore because you fuckers cheated the whole way and it's thrown. So let's move on.
All right, I was just trying to give you
Otherwise, do you
mate
want me to go
because I
upstairs?
deliberately didn't go to that gig because he invited me in a Blues jersey.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, I mean, look what you got on now.
I
Or
got
you want to
bothered.
go there? Um, or I can go upstairs and grab my New South Wales beanie if you want. But
I'll be gone by the
look,
time you
we'll
get back.
yeah. All right, we'll put that hatred aside for the interview,
All right,
and
let's move on.
yeah, all good, brother, all good.
All right, now, it seems like all the 80s and 90s bands from last century are still ruling the roost. You got yourselves, there's the Jets, Rose Tattoo, Baby Animals, Super Jesus. Like, you're all going strong. Like, do you think it's your old school approach to life and music that keeps you going and keeps the fans coming?
I think so. That's definitely a part of it. I guess the way that you've grown up and the way that you've cut your teeth and the way you've maintained that. Um, I guess the industry's changed so much in a lot of ways, in a lot of different areas over that time, back and forth. Like, let's face it, 90s, there were no festivals as such, really. Festivals made a massive change in the club touring circuit for a long time, especially in Australia, as the good old Big Day Out and Sound Waves and Livids and things. Like, it got to a point there where everyone would hold off until they got on one of those bills and then they would create a tour around it. And then I think that's what hurt the scene of rock bands coming through. They weren't out there slogging it out in the circuit or the pubs every sort of weekend. They were waiting, or there was just a massive change of festivals. Exactly right. I just think that era has a different edge and hardness and toughness about it, where, maybe the stuff in the last 10 years hasn't.
Yeah, we touched on it before, mate, but next year is the 40th anniversary of the poor, and I know you're not going to let that pass without some kind of celebration.
No, well, There's been separate things. I mean, it's. I guess before we touch, I mean, we'll definitely do something for every celebration because when we get to our age, every milestone's it's a
Everyone
winner,
counts.
isn't it? Um, but look, we will sit down and approach next year once we get through the remainder of this because, as we'll no doubt touch on, we just had a massive change within the band. And so I think the idea of this year is to get through what we've got, start writing, which we did last night, basically.
Cool.
Um, yeah, so yeah, look, we'll do something in the old sort of history of the band.
So high. You just did touch on this, mate. It's a perfect segue because I was going to ask you about this next, but we should point out that the Poor have recently welcomed a new member to the family. So introduce us to the new bass player and tell us what he brings.
We've just brought Stuart Williams into the fold, who's a bass player that's a good old friend of Skeeny and myself, and known to Maddie and everyone else that are close to the band. Stewie was the bass player in Lump, which was another project that Skeeny and I were involved in years ago. I played with Stewie in Melbourne on the side again with Black Seed. So there's a long history there with Stewie. Um, and for what we've done so far, we've only done 4 shows or something, 2 shows actually, and it feels really good. It was a lot of work to get it to that point, especially with him and I, the rhythm section. We locked ourselves in the studio for a few weeks. But in saying that wasn't hard from a sense of his level of ability. It's just that I've had Matty of the rhythm section for so many years. It's just been, it was hard to adapt.
Yeah, it would have been, and it would have been
Yep.
tough saying goodbye to Matt because, like, he was one of those rare bass players who was actually a good guy and contributed to the band as well.
Yeah. Oh man, just an all round absolute fucking hands down legend. Bass playing aside, just a great guy, a brother, a family member, one of the founding members of the band. So for him to put his hand up and say, "Look, guys, I'm done," in the sense of touring and doing stuff, it was just. We've all been there, I guess, but for him to actually go, look, no, look, I'm done. We were like, fuck, massive shock, but felt it coming. But also, regardless of that, we had to respect his decision as a founding member and first and foremost of being a family member, and that comes first.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people don't realize, like from the outside looking in, you've just replaced a bass player, so he's got to learn
Yeah.
to get up there and
Yeah.
play with you. But you've also lost an important cog in your writing
Yep.
process and like in the creative process. Like it's people just expect bands to pick up and keep going with a new member change, but it underneath
Yeah.
more to it.
And exactly right. And also, too, after doing it so long, we were lucky with Dan, great player, great guy, fitted in, great to be on the road with. And that's the other thing. You're not going to spend all those endless hours on the road with some fucking dickhead. That might be a great player, this amazing musician, but he's an outright fucking tool and you can't handle him. Then it's not fun because let's face it, on those touring days, there's only an hour and a half of that day you're on stage. The
Yeah,
rest of the time, you're hanging out going, wow, do I want to be around this guy? Or, you know what I mean?
yeah.
There's so many elements. And I guess a lot of people don't see that. Um, so yeah, it's been massive, but it's been exciting as well. It's put a different edge on the back catalogue from the old stuff to the high price seed stuff over the last 18 months. It's put a different sound and edge on it. I'm probably going to say it's a little bit tougher,
Yeah.
what it's feeling, and not in a disrespectful way to Maddie or anything, in the sense of it's just got this little bit more of an edge to it. Whether that's us being excited for a new sound, I don't know, but hey, we'll
Yeah.
soon see, eh?
So, well, he can bring as much of the fucking Seven Dust sound that was in Lump as he wants, mate. Tell him he's got carte blanche to bring as much of that as he wants.
Well, there's some in there. It's a matter of toning him down, little fucker. No, no, it's good. No, no, it's good. And we're looking forward to like last night with Jemper some songs because he's his aim is to learn as much of the back catalogue as there is that we all know, so we can pull out songs at any time, which is great. But then we broke into some grooves last night, and we're like, "Whoa, what's that?" So it will be it will be very cool. Will be very cool.
Sweet. Then next up,
Actually, he's just popped up as we're talking to him now. He's just popped up on WhatsApp on my computer.
I think his
So
ears are burning.
he is, mate. Something's got to be burning.
So next up, you pick up the tour with Rose Tattoo, starting in Townsville on the 29th
Yep.
of August. Then you head to Cairns, New South Wales, Newcastle, Perth, and finish up in Melbourne on the 20th of September. So you would have played that many shows with the Tats now, mate. You could probably write their set list for them, couldn't you?
Well, pretty much in the case of DeMarc, could pretty much hand me the sticks and go to the bar if he wants. It's like that. We know each other's songs that much. Because, I mean, we did that extensive European tour with them playing every night for 6 weeks. And if there's not a Rose Tattoo song we don't know, it's, very surprised. But hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you hear them, how much we tour with them. There's still a buzz to hear that band play.
100%. Isn't
Yeah.
another thing that people probably don't realize as much either? Like, how much of a difference is there for you as a band, like going from playing your own headlining shows to then going out on the road with someone like the Tats and doing supports? Is there much of a shift or much different?
I guess only really the shift is in the length of the set you're doing and the playing that you're doing. Like with the Tats, if we only do a 45 or so, that might be 12 songs. If we go and do our own show, we're looking at 20 odd songs. And then I guess it's a different element there. And you're playing to your own crowd when you're playing your headline show. But in saying that too, the Rose Tattoo fans are very accepting of the poor. So there is a little bit of a mind shift there, but it's hard to do short sets because sometimes you might only kick in and get in a groove 4 songs in, and then all of a sudden Skeeny's carrying on and we're out of there.
He carries on either way, doesn't he?
Fuck 24/7.
Next up after that in October, you're off to Adelaide to headline the Rock Hard Festival. That sounds like
Yeah.
a bit of a swingers weekend as well, mate. Rock Hard.
Yeah, well, hey, whatever works. Looking forward to that because it's some newer bands and some bands that we have played and have supported us. But just to also support those guys because they do so much for that local scene down there. So that'll be very cool. And we're going to, firstly, it was going to be the Saturday festival sort of multi-band bill thing. And then we've thrown on an extra night, warm-up night on the Friday night with us and just a few different bands that didn't make it on that bill.
Right.
So we're just going to bunker down for 2 days and drink all their beer.
I'll back you in on that one. And you mentioned the local bands.
Yeah, looking forward to
it. There's some great local bands playing. Like you got Audio Rain, Ablaze, Avalanche, Dreadful Tides, Carly Jewel. Like you guys, with all due respect, you are the elder statesmen, I guess, now of the Aussie rock scene. So do you sort of nurture bands coming through and give them advice, or do you prefer the old tough love adage and let him go out there?
No. We'll show them our pension card and sit down and have a chat, I guess. No, man, look, it's the same old thing. It's the same old thing because we're cut from that breed. Is you gotta give the respect. You gotta earn the respect as well. I'm not saying we'll be total assholes or whatnot. Like we'll talk to anyone and whatever else. But if you come up and say good day or we say good day to you and it's all cool, happy days. But if you turn around and just grunt and just think you're all this and all that and whatever else, well, good luck to you. But man, we're always there to help, and because a lot of people helped us along the way and still do. So it all goes around, and that's what's missing a lot in this industry. Everyone's just so out for themselves and fucking no, I can't talk to you, and I'm a different genre, and I'm this. Fuck, just get annoying.
Get on with life.
Yeah, get on with it. Exactly right. Figure it out.
Fucking hell. So what after that, mate? You've got the big one next October when the Poor throw on your one and only pair of board shorts and set sail and rock the boat 2026. Like I'm already excited. I'm not even going on it.
You'll be there, mate. I'm sure you will. Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to that too. Something different. And there's a shit ton of bands on there. I've always been hesitant on boat cruises that if you got on a group, got on a boat cruise with a bunch of dickheads, how do you get away from them? But
Big
no,
boat,
look,
mate.
these boats are big enough.
Yeah.
It's not just a little tinny going around the harbour. Really looking forward to it. A couple of guys have done it before with different stuff. So yeah, that should be good. And then I guess the plan more so for next year is we get in and right now, get a new product underway, get a new release underway. We're talking with the guys about getting back to Japan. Obviously, we're sort of working on that now because that was a blast. That was a
It's
real
good fun over
blast.
there, eh?
Yeah, really cool. Really like it. There's talks about Europe again. It's just as we know, and a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many people have got the whole mindset and attitude that the entertainment industry is exempt from this living crisis. It's like, well, sure, it's hard for people to buy tickets to things and whatnot, but it's extremely hard touring with the costs of flights and transport and accommodation and just general touring expenses are through the roof.
Yeah.
So to go over and do European tours is a big outlay and it's a big risk. And that's where you got to take your hat off to these Australian promoters that are constantly bringing out the international acts to Australia because they are risking so much with the cost of touring. And I know that firsthand from what I do for work.
Mm.
So in saying that, getting back to Europe, it's got to be the right situation. It's got to be with the right bands. And with all the other conflict that's going on in the world too, that's all up in the air everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's crazy,
Oh, crazy
crazy.
times.
But the
Crazy
show
times.
must go on, they reckon.
It must indeed. Now, before I let you go, mate, I've started a new segment up called Photo Bomb. So
Oh
basically,
yeah.
I've trolled through your social media before you've had a chat. I found a couple of photos that I want to know a little bit more about.
Uh-oh.
So this one here, mate, like you guys are going straight to hell for this. Like Jesus doesn't even fucking like Specsavers.
Yeah, I know, but it was in a rocking mood, and they were supposed to be mirror shades, but we just couldn't color it in. That was in Japan somewhere backstage. I'll blame Dan. Why not? He's not here.
Oh, you did that in
Um,
Japan. You probably get fucking shot for that over there.
we got out of there, so that's all right. But, I don't know whether we put the glasses on him though. I think we
Come
might
on,
may
mate.
have found
This
it.
is me you're talking to, Gav.
Yeah, man, we put the glasses on
You
him.
pulled the steps out to spank him as well,
uh,
didn't you?
yeah, absolutely. Did the whole thing. Yep.
uh,
So yeah, but there we go. Japanese Jesus comes to our show.
Japanese Jesus with Specsavers.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Oh, that's
Yep.
great.
Don't put that in the interview. I might get sent a little visit or something.
Now, the next photo I've come up with is sort of more for the person involved in it because I want to ask you a story around it. So that's Skeeny and old mate from Airborne. But
Yep. Old Jolly boy.
I want you to tell me the story, like the story behind when they were overseas on tour and they videoed themselves doing a Skeeny. So
Oh,
I've sort of only heard bits and pieces of it, but I want to know the whole story.
I think it just popped up on one of our feeds or they sent it to us. And Skeeny's little star jumpy thing when he gets on a roll and he goes across from one side of the stage to
Oh,
the
that
other.
cute little shuffle, yeah.
Yeah, the star jump shuffle. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Joel with the camera and it was Ryan in the car park doing the Skeeny impersonation in the car park or just outside the lobby of their hotel. And then it was something like Joel saying, you've made it when someone's making an impersonation of you. And it was Ryan and Joel from Airborne taking the piss.
You can stand up and show it. Give us an example of one.
No, I can't do that. I'm sober. I'll probably do a hammy.
Is
I'm,
there any footage of that getting around anywhere? Can we find it?
I'll try and find it. I'll try and find it for you, and I'll send it to you.
We can put
I
that with this
think
interview.
it's
It'd be great.
yeah, I think it's somewhere on one of our socials or whatever. I'll try and find it definitely.
Fucking
But
awesome.
and he did a good job of it too. He
Yeah,
did a
I
good
heard.
job.
I heard Skeeny was just dumbfounded when he's like, he didn't expect it at all, did he?
Yeah, but then we sort of got payback on that one. I don't know if that was before or after. It might have been after the fact that this could have even been the night where that you've thrown it up. Joel jumped up and he was so pissed that he had no idea of the lyrics, and it was great. It was just, Dan, myself, Dan, and Maddie are looking at each other, going, "What the fuck is coming through our monitors?" And
Wow, that bad.
Joel was so pissed. He was just singing these lyrics, and I think he just forgot. And he turned around and he saw Skeeny's bottle of Stones Green Ginger wine, and all of a sudden that became a main hook in the song. And it was, I'm pretty sure the song, I think it was Poison. And
Right,
then
bro.
there's Joel going on, and he's going on about Stone's green ginger wine. It was fucking hilarious.
And the moral of that story is never get in a drinking contest with the poor because you will fucking lose.
Yeah, we've got some experience. We're professionals, so yeah,
All
it
right.
was good.
Well, thanks for your time, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, mate. There's so much going on with the poor, I can't even repeat it. But where's the best
Yep.
place for people to go and check out your socials and find out what's happening?
Well, basically, the website was booted back up last night, so it's thepoorband.com. And any of those socials, and you might see a star jumping skinny go across the screen, or you might see Joel singing lyrics, or who knows what you'll find.